Hello, my name is Montoya. Finland, a country located in Northern Europe, has recently been named the happiest country in the world for the 8th year in a row. When you think of happiness, or what makes you unhappy, you probably think of one word, that being work. It is the lifeblood of our lives and of our countries. So what about Finland work, and by extension business, makes it so much more tolerable to them? Since the beginning of this project, and of our company's interest in the happiest country in the world, I have researched many articles about Finland's culture and business landscape. First, I will give a general overview of Finland's culture. Secondly, I'll compare business communication behaviors between Finland and the US. And lastly, I'll share a recent news story that describes Finland's recurring title and why they earned it. Though Finland isn't as big as the US, it is still a rich, strong, and vibrant country with much to offer in the business landscape. I'll start by giving a general overview of Finland as a country and as a market. Looking at it geographically and demographically, according to the article, Finland, written by Frederick Sandelin and his colleagues, updated in April 2025, in the Britannica Encyclopedia, Finland is bordered by Norway in the north, Sweden in the west, and Russia in the east. About 1/3 of the country lies in the Arctic Circle, which is characterized by its vast forests and numerous lakes. The capital city, Helsinki, is on the southern coast and serves as the political, cultural, and economic hub of the nation. So what are some cultural and social aspects? Finland boasts a high literacy rate, with nearly 100% of its population, 15 or older, being considered literate. The country is also renowned for its strong emphasis on education, social welfare, and gender equality. So how are the economics? They transitioned from a primarily agrarian economy to a highly industrialized economy, with significant advancements in tech and services. They are a member of the European Union, and they've developed the free market economy. Their key industries include technology, forestry, and manufacturing. After that overview of Finland, let's move on to some business practices that the Finnish showcase and how those compare to the US. According to country comparisons by Culture Factor Group 2025, Finland exhibits a low power distance with a score of 33. This indicates a preference for egalitarian structures and a decentralized decision-making model, meaning that superiors are accessible and employees expect to be consulted. On the other hand, the US has a much more moderate power distance, with a more pronounced hierarchical structure and decision-making power concentrated in the higher levels. Finland also scores 75 on individualism, which emphasizes personal autonomy and individual rights while also valuing community and social responsibility in business contexts. The US also ranks very high here, with a strong focus on personal achievement and independence, but it's often too much, where they focus too much on individual goals rather than the goals of the collective. Lastly, Finland has a high uncertainty avoidance of 59, with a preference for structured conditions and rules to minimize ambiguity in business. The US, on the other hand, has a much more moderate uncertainty avoidance, which shows more tolerance for ambiguity and a more flexible approach to rules and procedures. Now that we've covered business practices and values between Finland and the US, let's talk more about why Finland is considered the happiest country in the world. According to BBC, from an article entitled "What It's Like to Live in the Happiest Country in the World," written by Tim Bird and published on April 17, 2025, Finland's unique definition of happiness is rooted in simplicity, nature, and collective well-being. Though they're consistently named the happiest, many Finnish people prefer terms like contentment or life satisfaction, which emphasize stability, freedom, and equality over more fleeting highs. This deeper sense of well-being is expressed through everyday practices like sauna culture, forest sauning, forest bathing, and access to untouched nature. Furthermore, social infrastructure and cultural values create a strong foundation for life satisfaction. The widespread availability of free education, clean water, free healthcare, and public transportation reflect Finland's commitment to equal opportunity and community well-being, which is the bulk of their happiness ratings. The concept of sisu, a unique Finnish idea of resilience and inner strength, helps Finns navigate life's difficulties with grit and optimism. Now let's review the topics we discussed. Firstly, we explored Finland's geographic and demographic landscape as well as rich culture and social aspects, which highlight their high quality of living. Then we examined how Finland's business practices differ from those in the US, particularly in areas such as egalitarian structures, communication styles, and approaches to uncertainty. Finally, we delved into Finland's unique concept of happiness, which is deeply rooted in balance, contentment, connection to nature, and social infrastructure. In a world where we often strive to be successful in everything, and where we look for fleeting moments of happiness, Finland teaches us that true happiness comes from contentment, connection, and a strong sense of community. By embracing these values, businesses and individuals alike can foster a more lasting sense of fulfillment. So thank you, or as the Finns say, kiitos.